Good morning and welcome to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we are in the studio to talk to you about real estate right here in the Mahoning Valley. I'm Kelly Warren and I'm in the studio as always with my husband and co-host and Valentine, Handsome Jim. Here we go. It's Valentine's Part 2.
I forgot we did Part 1 last week.
Yeah, you remember now?
No.
you walk out the door up here and you're just like, radio done. I don't think about this anymore.
Till next week.
And all week long, I'm like, what else can I say to our listeners?
Oh, I'm like, I got stuff to do.
This is true of you because I do think about this. I'm like, what houses are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about? Let me print my papers. Let's get ready for the show. And you show up and you're like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, I like it being a surprise. It makes life more enjoyable. I'm one of those people. I like spontaneous surprises.
Okay.
You know,
so
safe
tell
ones.
me, what'd you get your sweetheart for Valentine's,
Let's be
Jim?
safe here. What's that?
So tell me, what'd you get your sweetheart for Valentine's, Jim?
I can't tell you. It's private matter.
Whatever.
It was a private gift.
Stop.
Yeah,
Little does he know. I go away to a church camp for Valentine's. So I help our youth group and go to a retreat this week every year.
Every year.
Yeah,
No.
poor Jim. And
know.
somehow we find a way to make it
I
work.
have no Valentines every year.
So anyway, let's talk about...
Teardrop falling from my face.
Let's talk about how you handle that in your home. Let's talk about the things that you love about home.
About my home?
Yeah, so this is part 2. So last week we talked about different things about loving houses, and this week we are talking about what you love about your home, and then little plug how we can convert that into what you can love about your next home. So if you're hearing things like, oh, these people have this great feature and they just love it in their home, I'd like one of those. The good thing about home is where you are with your people and your things and where you feel comfortable. It doesn't have to be the building that you're in right now. So if there are things that you don't like about your home, move.
We can help.
We can help.
Right.
Yeah.
So that actually makes me think, like, throughout the years, I mean, we've been married 20 some odd years. And, you know, when we first got married, we were so young and we had our first apartment. But then before we bought a house, we moved back in with our parents. And, you know, you don't realize... I don't think you realize your comfort level until you go from living on your own and being your own person back to living with your parents.
Okay.
And that, you know, obviously you love your parents. You know, you grew up in your house. I grew up in my house. You grew up with your parents. I grew up with my parents.
That's the way it works.
Right. But we have that comfort with our parents. When we lived at your house part of the time and my house part of the time. Well, your parents' house part of the time and my parents' house part of the time growing up. And that's one of those things that, you know, when you were living at your mom's house with me, you were comfortable. But I wasn't as comfortable because it's not my mom. So that comfort level is not right. And then when we moved to my mom's house, we had that same feeling. So you don't realize that comfort of your home, your space, your environment that is so important to you as a person. So I think that's neat that we get to, you know, talk about this stuff and how it to me it's one of those things that's really cool how much I get to see that in new home buyers, people who've never owned a home. And they're moving from a place that they're not comfortable to a place that will be theirs. So
True.
It's pretty cool.
True.
Yeah. So, are you asking me what I love about my home?
All right, go ahead. Give me what you love about your home, and then I want to tell you what some of our listeners love about their homes.
Okay, so I love my back porch. That is probably one of my favorite things about our home is being able to sit on the back porch when I wake up and drink my coffee as the sun rises.
Yeah. I think that outdoor living space, as much as we're not really outdoors people, but that outdoor living space is important to us as a couple and as a family, because even at our last house, the little sunroom was a great place to sit.
Yeah.
The enclosed back porch was where we had birthday parties and cookouts and family gatherings, you know.
Yeah.
We like when the season changes and you get to use that outdoor part of your home. And actually, that's kind of a common thread in here. A lot of people like their outdoor space, we're going to hear. So it's nice for everybody when you can open up and as the seasons change and be able to enjoy the outdoors from the comfort of your home.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with my mom.
But that's just one. Oh.
Yes.
So we're starting with your mom and
Yeah.
what she loves about her home?
Yeah, because she wrote this whole thing, and then Sean, one of our staff members, was like, you should be a writer, and that's one of her hobbies. So this is what she loves. And
she's always been writing.
Yeah.
Ever since I've known her, and it's been 20-some random years.
So the question was, tell us what you love about your home. And this was on our social media. We talked about it last week. And she said, I was attracted right away to the park-like backyard. There are many trees, wildlife is abundant, a natural overgrown grassy area acts as a buffer, offering privacy from most neighbors. It's our oasis, a place for family and friends to gather, a quiet place to read on the gazebo, a place to dig in the dirt with grandchildren or throw a ball that the dog can chase. Life happens here. It's most certainly one of my happy places. The house is great too, the right size and style. 3 bedrooms is a plus, but truthfully, the deer tracks leading to a baby doe resting protected in the tall grasses let me know that I could be happy here. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, that's
She's
really
so
good.
cute.
Your mom has always been a great writer, and just like all great writers, she paints a very beautiful picture for you to see and feel in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and so when you're looking for homes and you're looking online and you're reading those write-ups, remember that, you know, some houses, you know, some listing agents are great writers and do like paint this beautiful picture.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get a couple of words on a house, and it doesn't mean that the house doesn't offer everything that you're looking for. Maybe just the story wasn't told.
Right.
So, and her house is really right in the middle of Boardman. So when you're thinking, man, I want a park-like yard, or I wish I had acres, or whatever, she's on a typical yard size, a little larger than a typical maybe, but not acres upon acres.
No.
And she is, you know, neighbors on both sides, but just the way that it's situated, it does lend to what she described there. And so if you're looking for something like that and you're thinking, I don't want to see neighbors and I wish I had a park-like feeling and I want to be out in the country, but really you want to stay in Boardman schools or something, we can find a house that meets those needs for you.
Right. So that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So we're also today doing a couple of, we did random drawings for, we're giving away hockey tickets. So I have 4 free hockey tickets to a couple of listeners. I'm going to pepper them in. So one of the winners of that was Amanda Sevilla. And she said that for our first home purchase, we decided to go with a small villa condo. It's that freestanding without having another unit or garage attached to ours. So I liked with Amanda that hers is not the house, it's the condo, and that she's specifically the freestanding kind. So, you know, there's different kinds of condos, and some have the attached, and sometimes you feel like you've got a neighbor real close, but that type where you feel like it's your own home, but you don't have the exterior maintenance or the yard cost and maintenance and work. So that's nice.
And you know what, for a first home, that's actually a good idea because you don't have to worry about, you know, yard maintenance and maintaining the exterior of the property when you purchase a condo.
There was a big change trend in condo buyers. So years ago, condo buyers were all senior citizens, people retiring or downsizing or selling their big home and moving into condos.
Sure.
And we are still seeing that condo buyer, but a new condo buyer has emerged where it is the young professionals. So people who have income and have a job and have started their career, but maybe not started their families yet. And they're thinking, I don't want to waste money on rents, but I still want to go out on weekends, or I don't need the space of a big 2-story colonial. So I want my money to be going towards equity in my home, but I don't want to cut the grass every weekend.
Right.
And so that new condo buyer emerged.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
It is, right? Okay. Another one that was a ticket winner. So these are Phantoms Hockey's tickets. These are vouchers, so they're good for any game through the rest of the season. You can pick them up at our office. You'll be getting emails about this on Monday. So Bobby Castor was another winner, and she says, there's a few things that I love she says there's a few things. I love that this is where we brought our babies home. Those houses are always special to us.
Yeah, I like that.
I love the rooms that we have remodeled. My husband went to school for carpentry trade, and to see his talent come to life in our home has been amazing. He's remade floor plans, custom built furniture, and even lifted our garage to repair its foundation. That's talent.
That's...
Yeah. So tickets for the Phantoms for you guys, Bobby. But I love a couple of things in there. Of course, the sentimental parts of our home.
Yeah, that just melts my heart. You know how I am. I'm a big softie. Like, it tears me up.
It does. And then also, I love that your husband is changing things and making them what you want and what you need, because that is one of the best things about home ownership, when it's not a home that you are renting and you're tied to somebody else's rules. If it's a home that you own, it can literally become anything you want or need it to be.
Oh, yeah.
So sure, take out a wall, make the kitchen bigger, add another bedroom, take out a bedroom and add a bathroom or a closet. Like, whatever you need of the house, you can change it to do so.
Yeah.
And if you've got someone in your family who has that skill to do that for you at a low cost, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. So cool.
Mm-hmm.
These are fun. I like these.
Did you not read through them?
No, I didn't read through them.
You crack me up. One of our people wrote in and commented, I love that our current home has all the memories of the little feet and the children growing up in it. So else
that's why I didn't read it. I'd be just sitting there crying.
You're such a dork.
The whole time I would just cry.
I love my current home. It took us 8 years to build. My husband has to think things through before he spends money. We have 10 acres in the country. It's a blank canvas to do so many things that we want. We also adopted 2 fur babies to share our home. And she put a picture of her house.
See, I would cry again.
Took her 8 years to build it.
Oh man, that's crazy.
It is, but that's fun too, because you are spending that time. You know, it probably
wasn't.
Did
they not live there the whole time?
Well, it probably wasn't breaking ground to building. It was probably purchasing the land. I'm assuming. I'm guessing here. Let me tell your story about my version of it. So, you buy the land and you think we're going to build here, and it takes you a year or two to decide. You know, this is the kind of house we want. This is where on the property we want it. Okay, got to get finances in order to build. Then all the way down to the little things. You might have the shell and the shape of the house built, but if you're subcontracting yourself, then maybe you're over time saving up additional money or picking out light fixtures and finishing touches and things like that.
Well, or if her husband's handy, he could possibly be doing it all himself.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different things that could take place there. And once you start to build, different inspections and stuff you have to go through. Running a gas line, like that takes 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned this winter. So fun stuff.
Fun stuff you get to learn in this job. Here's one that says, I love that our current home was the kind of blank slate. We were able to make it what we wanted, and the neighborhood wasn't bad either. So that's really fantastic idea, is to buy maybe almost a fixer-upper home. So you're taking a neighborhood that you love and a floor plan that will work for you, and then use it as a blank canvas. From there, turn the house into what you want it to be. So to be able to paint the walls and to change the flooring and to open up and remodel kitchens and rooms like that, and just turn it into the space that you'll love. Maybe it wasn't when you walked in the door, but is it now, either because of the changes that you've made to it or because of the memories that you've made there. And, we have a lot of listeners too that are, maybe you've been in your home for 30 years and you're thinking, I love my home, I'm comfortable here, I've built those memories here, my kids did come home here. You get to take the memories with you, so as time changes and as it's time for you to downsize and you need to get maybe the 2-story colonial isn't what you need anymore and it's time for you to become a condo buyer or get a ranch or something like that. It's bittersweet, but you get to take the memories with you. Yeah. We can find what you need and want and will feel comfortable in a new home. And we can get your home sold right now in a market like this at top dollar. Yeah. So if you're considering something like that, let us give you an idea of what your home is worth. We can tell you how long it should take to sell. We can talk about all of our great marketing efforts. And we can really do a consultation on what you're looking for and what you need to feel like home in your next place that you can fall in love with.
Well, and the one thing that you're pointing on, like we hold on to those memories that are so important to us. But as our children get older and watch us get older, then they start to worry about us in homes like that. They start to worry about us in big homes. And,
True.
you know, what if something happens to mom or dad, you know? So it's such a beautiful process that we get to live through with families. And
Yeah,
and if
kind
they
of
call,
that circle of life,
yeah,
comes back
and if
around.
they're thinking about selling and they call you out, I know how you are. You're always like, have the kids there. So
Oh,
that
yeah.
if they have any questions, you can make them happy and
Yeah,
stuff like
I
that.
can't tell you how many
It's
appointments
just,
that
I
I've
love
been
it.
on where somebody has had their adult children there to give them that advice and that permission. It's okay to let go of the house. It's okay to make that next
Yeah.
move. And then on the other side too, I just went on an appointment last week where it was a young lady, a young family, and her parents came to kind of support her with the decision.
Yeah.
So you
it
know,
does
those
go
are fun
both
too.
ways.
It does.
Yeah, so
So-
that's so cool.
If you're thinking about any of that, you can give us a call or a text at 330-717-2689 or visit us online at kellysolda.com. And if you're still in those deciding phases, like, hey, I love my home, but I'm thinking this is coming in the future, if you've got any real estate related questions, you can always ask those to us at askkelly@kellysolda.com. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio with Kelly Warren and Associates, where we are talking about the things that you love about your homes. I'm in the studio today, as usual, with my co-host, Handsome Jim, and we are going to go right into our home picks of the week.
All right. Me first?
Sure.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure. So my house is 236 Brainerd Drive in Boardman, 44512. You know, that Boardman zip code.
Okay, great. Pertinent
So-
information, I guess.
So this home is amazing. 3 bedrooms. That neighborhood is amazing. Like, that's a nice neighborhood. Nice streets to walk up and down, you know, if you like to get exercise, and things of that nature.
That neighborhood actually does some cool things, like a neighborhood garage sale every other year and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Great place to trick or treat. Yeah.
Yeah, so very cool. It's only listed at 149, or I'm sorry, 144.9, so 145. So that's actually a really good price for that neighborhood too. This home is almost 1,900 square feet. It's on a normal city lot, a quarter of an acre. Public sewer, public water, so
Perfect.
That's
Boardman
good about all
schools,
that
you can't
back
beat
there.
it. And it's nicely centrally located and by the
haven't-
schools and shopping and all
we
that kind of
just
stuff
listed
too.
this one, so I haven't been in it yet.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
brand
have to
new
go
listing.
check it out, yeah.
Yeah.
So Mike just listed it, it's beautiful.
Okay, I've got a nice condo for you. This is brand new on the market and these do not last. This is 9151 Springfield Run, which is in Springfield. It's kind of by that like 5 Points area, Western Reserve,
Yeah.
and where's Dan like to go eat lunch? It's out there.
Fireplace.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's right over there. So, this is a 2-bedroom ranch style condo, almost 1,600 square feet. So a nice amount of square footage for 2 bedrooms. So you're going to have a nice big great room, big dining room, big kitchen, first floor laundry, of course. It does have a sunroom, which as we're reading, so many of our listeners love that. This was built in 2005. Open floor plan concept, 2-car attached garage, central air. The community, the development does have a pool and everything too. So nice little neighborhood with the pool and all the amenities that you'd be looking for in a ranch style condo. This one won't last long at all. It's on the market at $169,900.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm not even gonna get a chance to see that one.
You're not.
Good Lord.
All right, so we have 2 more contest winners. Let me get those out so that I know that I announced all the winners. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and email you as well. You can pick up Phantom's hockey tickets at our office. Stephanie Liu, who gave a little shout out to Handsome Jim here.
Nice. I love it.
Jim helped us find our current home, and it has everything we wanted in a house. We have 3 bedrooms, a huge playroom for the kids. I wanted all the bedrooms on the same floor. It also has a fenced-in backyard. I love that it's perfect for our growing family. Aww.
Yeah, that's a beautiful home.
Yeah, I remember you working with them, so
Yeah.
that's fun.
That's funny.
And then Michelle, I'm not going to say your last name right, I'm sorry, Mayorano. She loves that her house is next to her parents.
Aw.
So, you know, sometimes the location,
Right.
you know, it's what people want. So regardless of what her house has or doesn't have, she loves that it's located right beside her parents.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's cool.
so there's a lot of value in that kind of things too.
So she can always help take care of her parents. So
Yes.
that is awesome.
You know, several other people replied with, I love the neighbor, or I love the neighbor neighborhood or I love the location. So you can't beat it.
That's just as important as the house itself, is your neighbors and loving your neighbors and, you know, people that you can get along with and have a good time with.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that Zac Brown band song.
I don't know the song.
There's one about, you know, having his wife on his arm and having a beer with the neighbors.
Okay.
Oh, it's a good song.
I'm behind on music these days. I don't know what I've been doing in my car, but Patty, one of our
You've been working.
I guess I'm on the phone like negotiating deals as I'm driving down the street or listening. I listen to podcasts and books and stuff like that. I'm such a nerd.
No, you're awesome.
Patty, one of our agents, said that she loves her pool, her yard, and her neighborhood. So as we talk about neighborhoods and yards, it keeps coming up. So those are big things. You know, when you're looking for a house and you call a real estate agent and say, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I need 1,400 square feet, stuff like that. Maybe you want to think about what you want outside too, because as you're living in the house, so many people love that end of it. So do you need a fenced-in yard? Do you need a deck or a sunroom? Do you want a pool or a hot tub? Do you need great neighbors or a certain neighborhood?
Well, and so to everybody's credit, you know, if you love your neighbors, that means you're a good neighbor too, and that's important to be.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good way to look at that.
People want to be your friends if you're a good neighbor. So this is awesome.
They're good neighbors too.
Yeah, well, you have to be a good
somebody
neighbor.
else said my big yard would be first thing, and then second my kitchen.
Ooh.
I really thought that we would hear more about kitchens and baths. Because as real estate agents, we're always saying, you know, remodel your kitchen and bath, you'll get money out of that. And not hearing so many kitchens, it is lots of outside stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people associate the kitchen with work. Like, that's the thing. Like, if you're in your kitchen, you're working.
Well, some people like that as a labor of love.
Right.
One person wrote, I love all the kitchen counter space, large bedrooms, and the room to roam. So if she's loving the kitchen counter space, then she probably is somebody who bakes or cooks and enjoys that.
Right.
Now, I don't bake or cook or use our kitchen, but I love our kitchen. I love that it's centrally located in our home. You know, a lot of time kitchens are at one end of the house and ours is in the middle. Mm-hmm. And we have a big island, and it seems like every time we have anybody over, they just all stand around and sit there.
Sit around the island,
So I like that kind of visiting space.
Yeah. That's nice for kitchens. I mean, so if they're thinking, even their outside space, I bet they do a lot of entertaining on their outside space. These people that love their outside space too. So,
true.
Yeah.
Another person wrote in, I love my brick feature wall in my living room. So maybe your house has a feature wall. I haven't thought too much about those, but cool. Sometimes with a fireplace, sometimes without. And they also love their maple trees, the black squirrels running all around them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love a big tree. So
I know you do. Jim's a tree fan.
It just, as long as it's not in my yard, because I don't like the leaves.
Yep.
So
my Aunt Sue said, and she's got a good point at the end of this, Brownlee Woods area, it's a Cape Cod with an extra back extension, 3 floors of total living space, privacy fenced in and back patio with a pergola. It's her little castle.
Nice.
The street has a cul-de-sac. It's easy access to 680 either direction, convenient to restaurants, stores, libraries, gas stations, etc. And her best feature, mortgage free.
Oh,
so you can't beat that either.
I'll tell you right now, that's a winner.
Right, we're all counting down the days till that. So
that's a smart one.
Yes.
So her house, actually, I sold a house over there in the Brownlee Woods area that had a fenced-in backyard, privacy fence in backyard. But then they had the backyard decorated like a beach. Mm-hmm. Like it was so cool. Like on her patio, she had like sand. Like she trucks in sand every year.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was really cool. And she's like, we sit out here, we have margaritas. She had the lights hanging off of the.
Well, they are the place to hang out. I bet they're the favorite neighbor.
Right, right. And she had like garden things with like. You know how you see with
like lights and stuff,
like a hanging garden.
Oh,
yeah. So it was really cool,
like from a pergola kind of thing. Huh.
And I thought that was neat. I was like, man, I would hang out here too.
I'm sure you would. I'm surprised they didn't say my favorite realtor, Jim.
Well, she moved to Florida.
Oh,
she moved to Florida. I would have hung out there.
I wonder how they treat the sand during like the rest of the year during the winter, if you have to cover it or if you just put a new fresh layer on top, or how that works?
I didn't really ask. I guess I should have.
I'm just curious.
I mean, we could truck sand into our yard.
We could.
Our kids would hate us. Where would they play football?
Well, so here for our snowy winter weekend, one of our fans wrote in, I love having the fireplace. It makes the snowy cold weather more enjoyable. They love their location. It's just outside of city limits, which is peaceful and perfect for them.
I always love my fireplace.
Yeah.
So I loved our old fireplace more than I love our new fireplace.
Well, pardon
Because
you.
it was a wood burning fireplace. And I think I'm deciding that I might actually like my wood burning fireplace better.
Here's the thing, though.
I know, I can't just flip a switch.
Let me tell you this, listeners. Not the switch. Jim thinks that he is a country guy and thinks that he can do things. And so we had a wood burning fireplace, and Jim likes a fire.
He sure does.
But I don't know how or why we were all like going to die of carbon monoxide. Like all the smoke was coming in the house and it's supposed to go out. So I'm now afraid of wood burning fireplaces. I like the flip the switch.
It
it's
was
safe.
fine.
It warms
She's
me up.
ridiculous.
The whole house smelled like a campfire, and I'm
That's
pretty sure
part
that we
of-
were going to die.
That's part of the love, is the smell and the crackle of the fire.
I like the crackle. I'm
Yeah.
into the crackle. And noises usually sometimes will bother me, but I like the crackle. That's a
burning
good
of a
noise.
fire, yeah. See? I'm just saying. So our house had a air suction. It's because it was so well insulated and so well closed
insulated,
up
that was the problem.
that the smoke couldn't get out. So we had to crack the door so the smoke would go out.
Interesting.
And then once it got going, because of the hot and the cold temperature between the chimney and the fire,
It just sounds
once
like
the
words,
chimney
Jim. I
once
don't know.
the chimney heated up, we could close the door all the way and it was fine. She's crazy.
So in the middle of the winter when it's snowing and you want to warm up by the fire, Jim would open the door and make the whole house cold so that he could start the fire to make the whole house smell like smoke. And then he would close the door.
Hey, we survived.
Barely, but we survived. Yeah.
We're fine.
Okay, so if you're listening and you're thinking, I need to buy or sell some real estate, we are the people that you want to talk to. Kelly Warren and Associates would love to help you sell your home, buy a new home, invest in real estate. It's the smart thing to do. So whatever your real estate needs are right here in the Mahoning Valley, you want to give us a call or a text at 330-717-2689. All the homes that we talked about today and all of the listings are for sale on our website at kellysoldit.com. And even though it's snowy outside, the spring market has already begun. The market is hot right now. So if you've been thinking about buying or selling, now is the time to do it. Interest rates are low, inventory is low. It's like this perfect little real estate bubble, and I love being in it. So all things real estate, give us a call or a text or visit us online at kellysoldit.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk to you again next week.